Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my dear students who are in the class and listening to me. I warmly welcome you back to the class of science and I hope you all are safe and sound, you are healthy and you are doing great. So let's begin today's class. Kids, do you remember we started the review lecture of chapter How Our Brain Works in our last to last class? We have covered two reviews of our chapter How Our Brain Works. Now we are moving towards the last review lecture of the same chapter, that is How Our Brain Works. So let's get started. The things which we are going to learn are the things which were left from the last class. So let's begin. Before that, let's have a quick review that what are the things to learn from this chapter. So we come to know that what kind of things we have learned and what kind of things are there to be learned. So things to learn are components of nervous system. Three components are there: brain, spinal cord and nerves. Fine. Then we learnt about parts of brain, spinal cord, types of nerves, reflex action and sense organs. These two bullets will be taught today. Fine. Now these things we have covered through our two of the review lectures. Now today we will cover the reflex action and sense organs. So let's begin. On page number 27, your chapter starts how our brain works, from which we have learned that brain is the control center of our whole body, and it is made up of the special kind of cells, and these are called nerves. Then we came to know that there are three main components or three main parts of our brain, and these are cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla. Cerebrum is the main and the largest portion of the brain, and it does all the thinking. Then we started the second part, that was the cerebellum. Cerebellum is a small egg-shaped organ part of our brain. Okay, and what does it do? It coordinates with cerebrum and control the movement of our muscles. Then we learnt about the third main part of our brain, that is medulla, which is also called as brain stem, and it is stem-like structure, and it comes out from the base of the brain and goes down to the spinal cord. Okay, it controls the involuntary actions, those actions which are not under our control, they are controlled by our medulla. Okay, and these kind of actions can be breathing, heartbeat. Okay, then we started the spinal cord. Spinal cord is like a tube. Okay, it goes down to the middle of our back, and you can see here spinal cord is something that is protected by our vertebrae. Remember one thing, spinal cord is different and vertebrae and spine is different. Spinal cord is a kind of material which is inside the spine, that is inside the spine or the vertebrae. Okay, so we can say that spinal cord is protected by vertebrae, because we know that vertebrae or spine are the bones. Spinal cord is not the bone. A spinal cord is something that is protected by the bones called vertebrae or spine. Okay, then we started nerves and types of nerves. We know that the cells which make up our nervous system, these are nerves, and there are three main kinds of nerves: sensory nerve cells, motor nerve cells and connecting nerve cells. Sensory nerve cells are those which receive the messages from sense organ and send these messages to the brain or spinal cord. The second type of nerve cell is motor nerve cells, and these are the nerve cells which send signals from the brain and spinal cord to the muscles, and this is how we move our muscles. Okay, then the last type of nerve cells are connecting nerve cells, and it provides the connection between sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells. Apart from this, connecting nerve cells are connected with each other as well. Okay, so what we are going to start today, we are going to start reflex action today. What are the reflex action? Reflex action, okay, here the example is written. If you try to pick up a very hot glass of milk without realizing how hot it is, you immediately withdraw your hand. You do not have to think about what to do. Such actions, which are automatic and do not need or require any thinking, these are called as reflex action. So you can say that reflexes are the messages that take a shortcut. They do not go up to the brain. The spinal cord itself sends the messages or the response. This saves time and prevents major injury. Okay, in this picture you can see that there is a flame, there is a candle, and there is a flame, and there is a heat over this. So we what do? We quickly remove our hand from there, from the portion which hurts. Okay, so this does not require thinking. It is a shortcut message. It is a message that takes shortcut. It brings command not from the brain but from the spinal cord, so it can be the shortcut. If it will go up to the brain, it will come back, it may take time. So there is a shortcut that is responded by spinal cord. So let's begin the reflex section and see some of the examples. So here you can see two of the things. Here you can see that the messages is coming, okay, from the spinal cord. Before that, what happens? The messages are sent to the spinal cord first. What kind of message? Those messages which need shortcut, okay. Like, and as I told you that there is a flame and candle, and there is a heat over here, and we can remove our hand in very short time. Quickly we can do that. How we are doing this? Because we do not need thinking for this. Okay, these are the actions which are automatic. Likewise, here you can see the blinking of eyes. We blink our eyes 1,000 times a day, and we do not think before blinking. So these are the actions which do not require thinking, and these are called reflex actions. So the actions which are automatic and do not require thinking is called reflex action or reflexes. What are these? These are automatic or involuntary. Involuntary are those things which are not under our control. Okay, and rapid response to the stimulus. What is the reflex action? Reflex action is the rapid response to the stimulus. Fine. Reflexes are the messages that take the shortcut, and they do not go up to the brain, and the spinal cord itself sends the response. This saves time and prevent major injury. The last thing which you have been taught in this chapter is sense organs. You know that we use our senses to obtain information about our environment. Okay, if anything, any information we are getting from the environment, that is only because of our sense organs. How many senses do we have? We have 5 senses. We have 5 senses, and these are sense of smell, sense of sight, sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of taste. Fine. And there are the organs. You can see all the kids are having the picture of concerning organ which is responsible for each sense. So smell is done by nose, sight, eye, and the touch is the sense that is done by the sense organ which is the skin, and ears are responsible for hearing, and tongue is responsible for taste. So there are 5 senses, and these are sight, smell, touch, hearing, taste, and there are 5 sense organs for this, and these are eyes, nose, ear, tongue, and skin. Kids, here are some of the things in front of you which you can taste, which you can smell, which you can feel, which you can hear, which you can see. Okay, you can see the things around you, everything around you. Either it's umbrella, it's a ball, it's a teddy bear, an aeroplane, any vehicle, TV, computer, whatever. Okay, you can taste different kind of things, like you can taste different fruits as sweet. Some of the things can be bitter, some of the things can be salty. These are the things or the taste which you do by your tongue. And here are some of the things to hear. Okay, you can hear the chirping of bird, the sound of traffic, clapping, telephone ring, and like this you can feel many of the things. You can feel that what is soft, what is hard, okay, what is fluffy, what is furry, what is different from one another, okay. And everything we have done. Okay, smell, you can see that what kind of smell is it. Either it's a fragrance or any unpleasant smell, okay. So eyes are responsible to see, okay. So we can see our beautiful world around us only because of eye. We use our nose to smell different kind of things. Either it is something bad or something good. Ears are responsible for hearing. You can hear different kind of sounds by your ear. Okay, this is your external or outer ear. Either the sound is unpleasant or pleasant. It is all your ear which can hear it. Different tastes are identified only by your tongue, because on your tongue there are the different taste buds, and these taste buds can identify different taste. Okay, so we cannot taste anything without the tongue. The fifth sense organ by which you can feel anything, and that is skin. Okay, it is spread all over of our body. It's our outer covering. Okay, and we can sense, we can feel different things only because of our skin. So kids, let us discuss all the sense organs one by one, from which the number one which we are going to discuss, that is eyes. This is how your eyes look like. There are many parts in your eye, okay, and these are having different names which we are going to discuss. So the sense organ which we are going to start is the eyes. Eyes are spherical in shape. They are fit into the socket of the skull. The colored circle is iris. Okay, this is the colored circle in your eye, and that is iris. The central black spot is called pupil. This is the central black spot, and that is called as pupil. Light enters into our eye through pupil. Iris makes the pupil larger and smaller, and lens forms the images, and the screen where this image is formed is the retina. The purpose of retina is to receive light that the lens has focused. Transparent covering of outer eye is called cornea, and eyelashes and eyelids protect our eyes from dust and dirt. So kids, the next sense organ which we are going to discuss is the ears. This is how your external ear looks like, and ears are responsible to detect the sound. There are three main parts of the ear: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. See, the outermost visible portion of the ear is the outer ear, and there is another portion of the ear, part of the ear which is deep inside, which is inner ear, and in between outer and inner ear there is a mid-one portion, and that is the middle ear. Outer ear is funnel shaped that collects the sound. Middle ear has eardrum. Okay, this is the eardrum, and this is very important to know that eardrums are very delicate portion of our ear. Okay, and they are also responsible for receiving the vibration from the environment. Inner ear has the nerve cells that send messages to the brain. Inner ear also helps you to keep your balance. So here we go with the next sense organ, which is the nose. This is how your external nose looks like. The upper part of the nose has nerve endings which are very sensitive to smell. Okay, this is the upper part of your nose where the nerve endings are there, and these nerve endings are really sensitive to smell. So if you are smelling something, that is only because of the nerve endings which are present on the upper side of your nose. So that is why when you have blocked nose, no air can reach the nerve endings and you cannot smell. When our nose is blocked, okay, no air can reach the nerve ending which is on the upper side of our nose. So that is why we cannot smell anything. The senses of smell and taste are linked together. Okay, we smell, when we smell the food, we come to know that either this food is having a good taste or a bad taste. Fine, so this is how this sense of smell and taste are linked together. The fourth and the second last sense organ which we are going to revise is the tongue. We can sense four different types of taste through our tongue, and these are sweet, sour, salt, and bitter. Therefore, four kinds of nerve endings are there in tongue. How many types of how many kinds of nerve endings are there? There are four different kinds of nerve endings on the tongue, so they can taste different type of taste. Fine. This is the tongue and these are the nerve endings. The area where these kind of nerves are present, that is called taste buds. That is called taste buds. So this portion is the taste bud which is having the nerve endings which can taste different kind of taste. Taste buds are grouped together in different areas of our tongue. Okay. The fifth and the last sense organ which we are going to study now, that is the skin. That is the skin which is spread all over of our body. It covers the entire surface of our body. It protects against injuries and germs. Germs cannot not enter into our body directly only because of our skin. Okay. Nerve endings are sensitive to pressure, touch, heat, pain, and cold. Our fingertips have a large number of nerve endings which are sensitive to touch and pain. If we talk about the area where maximum number of the nerve endings are present, that is our fingertips. Okay, that is our hand on, and on our hand there are the fingertip. We have fingertips. On fingertips there are the maximum number of the nerve endings, so that is why uh, we can sense the touch and pain, because these are really sensitive to touch and pain. So kids, here comes the book page of you, the second page of the same chapter, how our brain works, where sense organs are written. We have 5 sense organs, from which number 1 is eye. Okay, most of the information about our environment, we get most of the information about our environment through our eyes. Okay, eyes are spherical in shape, and the colored circle of the eye is called iris. The black spot in the center of the eye of the iris is called pupil. Light enters our eye through the pupil, and the lens forms image to obtain of objects that you can see around you. Okay, and the screen where the image is formed, that is retina, and the front of our eye, it is protected by transparent covering called cornea. Dear kids, here comes the last page of this chapter, on which 4 of the sense organs are written, from which number 1 is the ear. After sight, it means after eye. Hearing is the sense organ that provides the brain with most of the information about the environment. Okay, and you can see the outer ear only because it is the outermost part. In the inner ear there is a eardrum. Eardrum is in the middle ear, and then there is the inner ear. The inner ear has number of the nerve cells endings, okay, and it is also responsible to keep your balance. Now, afterwards, we have another sense organ, that is the nose. In the upper part of our nose are ending of nerves which are really sensitive to smell. The senses of smell and taste are linked. Then we started the tongue. Tongue has four types of taste, and these are sweet, sour, salt, and bitter. Okay, there are nerve endings on our tongue, and these, the area where nerve endings are present, they are called as taste buds. So that is why we are having four different types of taste buds on our tongue. The last and fifth sense organ is the skin. Skin is the outermost part of our body. It protects us from injuries and germs. It is really sensitive to pressure, touch, heat, cold, and pain. Our fingertips have a huge number or a large number of nerve endings which are sensitive to touch and pain. This is why they are so sensitive. Okay, kids, so this is the time to say goodbye to all of you. I hope you have understood all the things from this chapter. We have reviewed this chapter into 3 lectures. So I don't think that anything is remaining that is not easy for you now. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Inshallah, we shall meet in the next class with new chapter. Allah Hafiz.